Hey guys, welcome back and we are live. Let's have a look and see what we can expect to, what trading's gonna give us today. Alright, so let's see if this white candle, there's some nice equalize here. Okay, but that's just off the cuff. Let's go back to a 4-hour chart. Guys, remember, FOMC today, so don't expect the world of great setups to form today, and let's just be mindful of, the market can pretty much do what it wants today, shake everybody out and make it a little bit difficult. All right, so yesterday we were targeting these equal highs in this fair value gap, and I guess we can now call it a make it orange and call it an IFEG. Alright, if you haven't looked and seen my fair value gap IFEG video, look at the description below. I'll put a link in there. Go have a look and familiarize yourself. If you know what it is, then don't worry about it. Okay, so I'm taking these equal highs out because now we inverted. We're in another fair value gap. There's a gap up here. I was looking for something to come and retest this IFEG and then look for some sort of a buy in there if we believe we want to go higher and after this inversion here. So that was my idea, and we can still see some sort of a test here, but we've got equal highs up here, we've got equal lows down here, and now it's a matter of thinking, where do we think the market will go next? It's not ideal to go and buy in a premium, when you're in a premium zone, and I just want to have a look at this trade. Nice equal highs here. If we close above this black candle, and I would like to take a scalp, just a quick scalp, targeting this, and then we'll go back to what I was saying, just going into that. So let's do this. Buy, I'll just buy one there. Okay, let's see what price does here. Comes back into the candle. Perfect. That's where the entry should have been, and now hopefully we're going to see some upside to that fair value gap. Let's make it blue. That's what it is. Let's see if we can squeeze $1,000 out of this. All right. See how that black candle was holding price. If there was a wick, that black candle's wick would have been the the area to go and take a long. And I'm just targeting these equal highs here because it looks like we want to go there. We're creating higher lows here as well, so that's liquidity there, and there's a fair value gap down here. So there's liquidity, so we could see price spike lower just to take this high out if it wants to go higher. But that is just a quick observation. Okay, market is opening up in, where are we now? 9 minutes. See if we can get that squeeze up to that 620s. I don't know how I got rid of this bloody line of my orders. I need to go Google and see how to get it back, because now I can't exactly see where I put my stops. Basically, I don't want to see this low gets taken out. If that's the case, then it's fine. Then we'll just you know, run its course. But I do think we want to go up there first. Obviously, it will take its time now. Let's just wait for it. I want to go back to my discussion on the 4 hour. Right there, we get a little bit of push. So I hope it push all the way to our profit target. Go on. Push more, push more. Just moving my stop closer, just in case this thing decides to do a U-turn on me. Could do a U-turn now because it ran at that 50%, but I was expecting to get a higher push. Bit of a silly trade. Okay, let's see if we can get that push up again. And then we'll jump to the 4 hour quickly. I can finish my chat there. Come on. Anyways, oh, there we go. Nice big spike. It was $1,000 there, so that's fine. And it's just because you saw how price will get stuck down here and then suddenly shoots through it, and that's how they, you know, stop people out trying to take shorts. All right, let's go back to the 4 hour chart. And yeah, guys, that trade that I took there was just a quick scalp. That wasn't me seeing fair value gaps but in this case, if you measure from this liquidity down to this liquidity, that midpoint of that fair value gap is exactly 50%, right? Now, anything above this is premium, anything below this is discount. If we believe today that we are going up here, you want to see price going below this or spike below this or at this 50% and look for a buy there. It would be great for us if this 4 hour push down and create some sort of a fair value gap and then gets inverted out of this inverted fair value gap or this new fair value gap here. Then I would say that's a good buy and then target this. But bear in mind, we've got this fair value gap, this fair value gap. That could be the blockers or the walls to prevent our plan from playing out. And then again, we've got FOMC that could make things a little bit difficult. Okay, let's see what an hour looks like here. Okay. Alright, so we were... Okay, so let's look at this. How they started with this nice up push. and it looks like we want to hold. We had a little spike below this. If this white candle next 30 minutes close above the high of this candle, then I would consider a buy. If it pushes aggressively away, then I'll have to wait for a retest or something to that effect. But I'm just putting it there so we can see it's there, and then we move back to a 1 minute. So now we've got somewhat of context here, and we say this is a H1 fair value gap, and we say okay, and then we see price is actually holding that 1 hour fair value gap. I'll take this one out, and it inverts this one here. And we'll make this orange, right? Okay, so remember what I said with this fair value gap. We could see price now retest and come for these lows, but then I need this to go back up there, or maybe just smash through it, and then it could just be some sort of liquidity run. But I'm not taking trades. I'm not going to be too aggressive today with trades, guys, because of FOMC. So let's just hang tight and don't rush anything here. Maybe we bounce from here and then close, run all the way up here. Then we're going to close on the hour. If we close above there, that would be some sort of a good way of looking for more longs. But at this point, short term, we're in this hourly fair value gap. We inverted this. This should be a nice entry if you go back there. But we've crossed all the lines here. So this to me looks like just liquidity that gets run now. Doesn't give us any opportunity to sell off here. Would have been a nice sell, but would have, could have, means nothing if you didn't have, or you didn't. Right, and now we see a nice big down move. Remember, okay, so this is not valid. Well, can't say it's not valid because the hour is not done yet. We in the 9:30 zone here, and I'm gonna take this out, and I'll tell you the reason. So let's just do this quick and see. Okay, so we just filled the gap here, and now we wait for the very first gap to be filled. Not to be filled, to be formed. Just go back to this hourly. Alright, so that is no longer. I'll see now, it looks like we're pushing for this inverted fair value gap for that test. Alright, let's do this. Okay, that's all right. 30. See if this is going to be a nice fair value gap. So guys, what I'm looking for now is that very first, after the 930 candle, the very first fair value gap to form. That's going to be important for us to start off the day on a support, resistance, whatever that is. See if it holds price, see if it inverts price, and possibly sends it higher. But in this case, we targeting something down here, and this could all be the, you know, the quick bounce in there, which could be the manipulation to go higher. Then again, let's keep in mind FOMC today. Okay, so this is gonna be the first one, I guess. That's tiny. Just tested it. Make this purple and we call it okay. I guess if we close below this white candle, then we can look at this area as a sell. Let's leave it there. Sell there. See if we can get it. Oh, just missed it. Okay, we're in it. And now, I mean, see if we can hold it. See if we want to push lower. Okay, so obviously if it's not going to do that, probably going to drop from here. Okay, and as you can see, it's most likely going to start Alright guys, so we're bouncing off that first fair value gap, and we've got this 4-hour inverted fair value gap that's not been tested yet, and we expect that price might push all the way there just to give it a test, might even go even lower. But I mean, market can do whatever it wants, right? So let's just keep an eye and see if this does not want to turn around. Yeah, I do think we've got the ability to go down, but let's see if we're actually gonna follow through with that. Right, let's keep an eye on this and see if it will make us proud in any way. Come on. Go now. Alright, let's see if we can get that. How do you make price heavy so it can just drop and get it over and done with? That's probably one of the good things to put in your rule book. FOMC, stay away from the market. Market will try to kill you. 6 love. And okay, so we are, hate to say it, but $3,500 in the money, and let's see if we can get down to that $7,000 mark. But for now, the reason for this trade is just we created that first fair value gap, we've rejected it, and it looks like there was some good momentum to the downside. We've got the 4-hourly inverted fair value gap, not been tested yet, and it looks like we might get to it hopefully now. I've moved my stop to break even, can't lose money, and now all we need to get to is that number. That level down there. Alright, fair value gap. Let's see if it holds. Good to see. It would be great to see further push to the downside and use that pin as a manipulation for people to think that's a pin for reversal. Might be wrong here, but I've got reason to believe that we're gonna come down to this 490 level, and now I guess it's a matter of wait and see. Go on, push it. Why would you stop there? If you want to test, go all the way. Right, so I moved my stop to plus $800. I hope I'm not gonna, regret it. All I don't want is this thing to turn around now without testing that, and then obviously see how that fair value gap is holding price there. For now it's good. If we close down like that, I think we will go to that 7,000 mark and push. I know you want to. That's why it's so important to use fair value gaps in the right context, guys, and not be scared. Stop is right above that, so if we wanted to spike through it, then so be it. And we're so close, just punch it in there. Oh, this would be a nightmare. Guys, even if it stops me out now, we're still in profit with that $800. But what is important here is to understand and to see how that fair value gap is holding price. And I mean, you could take more money off the table here. But let's have a look. And this is also not the part where you go and say, I should have taken profit when it came down here. The problem is, this was your target, the top end of this orange. I mean, I'm literally not far from that low. So yeah, sometimes you just gotta stick to the rules, because other times you're gonna close there and that thing is gonna drop so far and you're gonna sit back and say, good grief, I could have made so much more money. So I mean, I'm willing to risk that I only walk away with $800 from this trade, or if I'm right, I'm gonna walk away with $7,000. And this is just pullback. I mean, we should see price push through into our profit target in the next 2, 3, 4 minutes. Might do it even before that. Spike through it and then reverse. Because then we go into the macro zone. Macro zone is 9:50 to 10 past 10. That's when the spooling happens. So hopefully we get spiked to take our profits. And then if it wants to spool the other direction, then great. Otherwise, if it wants to continue to the downside, that's also good. All right. I mean, the other thing that can happen, because it's consolidating, can spike above here, stop me out, and then drop. I've had that before as well. And again, this black candle closed below this white candle's low. That wick of that white candle, that's an entry zone. If you still believe price will go lower. That's that right there. Let's just make it gray. So if you wanted to enter here to take a short, put your stop above here. That's a good way of scalping. I'm so eager to move my stop lower, but I'm worried if I do that. Like that, maybe $1,200 if I'm wrong here. Okay, see how that wick is holding, that 50% of that wick is holding price. All we need now is a little bit of a punch. Go! Now we've got this black candle closing below the white candle's low again. Same thing. Now we've got this wick there. And hopefully we'll get our push that we want now. Come on. You got to be kidding me. We're so close. I'm not even on the orange box. You don't even go to the orange box. Just pick me up before you go. Alright. Let's see what it. See, now we're going through all of this. Alright, let's take $1,900 if it really wants to go that high. So I don't like what it's doing. Watch it. It's gonna probably stop me out in profit, and then it's gonna drop all the way to that $7,000 mark. Yep, it's probably gonna get me there. There's liquidity spike in there and then come down. Otherwise, this black candle must close below this white candle's low, and I don't think that's even gonna happen. Yeah, make some equal highs here, drop to my profit, and then come back. Okay, got stopped out there. That's fine. We still made money. Not the end of the world. Now we just keep an eye and see if it's gonna reject. Maybe I'm right. Took some money off the table and we go all the way to the top. Okay, so this is the first 15 minutes up here versus down here. Okay. Let's target these lows at the. See if we can do a $3,000 mark there. Only reason I did this, we ran these highs, we close, and now I want to see this fair value gap holds. Body's still within the fair value gap, and I'm still thinking we want to come test down here. So how perfect that wicks holding that 50% of that fair value gap. See if we can hold it. Alright, so that fair value gap, that midpoint there was probably the better entry. I thought we were going to reject and just push quickly. So I took the trade. Could have, obviously took a little bit of a drawdown. And hopefully we see some push lower now and not a complete reversal type of thing. Alright, so this is obviously not FOMC, guys. So I said rather stay away. Okay, so I'm out of this trade. Whether it's going down or not, that's also fine. Still believe we want to go test this level here. I mean, we going out, back in, out, back in. Don't like it because we could quite easily run higher now. Or we can see some, because I don't think there's going to be that much of a down move like a run. I would have seen just like a spike and then reverse. See, this is manipulation to the downside and then go higher, but we could sit around for me is I like trades to play out quickly. If it drags on for too long, then I'm worried and I'm thinking that maybe there's something else planned here, and rather take my money and walk away. This is not price action you want to sit through, especially when you go into a fair value gap. You want to see going into that fair value gap, reject and run down. That's what you want to see, and start giving it to us right now. I mean, here's one here. We went into that fair value gap, reject, and we went down. Pull back, went down. Pull back, went down. Now we're sitting, and we'll eventually get there. But it might screw with everybody first, and then eventually see if we can get there. Especially we in that macro time as well, so we're not seeing anything, and that's why I'm thinking it's holding it back for FOMC later. So maybe that's what we need to do, is we need to come back later and see if there's a better setup with FOMC. Otherwise we're going to sit through this and get tempted to do the wrong thing. I know we're still holding this 50% here with this wick, and again, if I hold on to my position, I would have been in drawdown again, then come back. It's almost like you're jigsawing all the way, just trying to stay at break even, and eventually would run higher just to get you to collapse your trade at a bigger loss, and then eventually go in your direction. Alright, so obviously we're not going to go lower, and or at least not now, so alright, so what I think we'll do here is I'm going to stop the live stream now, because it's a waste of time for us to sit through this price action before FOMC. I'll obviously try to get back in a PM session and see if there's better setups there. Yeah, so let's just have a look once more. Yeah, I mean, this is not price action you want to trade. We're going back to that first fair value gap, and as you can see, I just want to show you something. I mean, you've got this nice fair value gap here, putting forming resistance on that first one, and in here, this bottom orange block is our 4-hour inverted fair value gap that we're trying to test. And obviously I thought when we came in here, that's where we're going to go quite quickly, and all we can see now is it does not want to go there. So and it's definitely going to go higher into, at least into there, or even beyond that. Alright, I'm not even going to take a trade. I'm going to leave it at that. I'll see you guys in PM session. Check out my channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the other side. And if I don't see you, I'll see you in the days that follows. Alright, take care, and I'll see you guys in the next live session.